One. And we are live. It is 5 p.m. And today on Distinctive Delphine, I have the privilege to call Jenna a friend and to interview her today to catch up a little bit about Crested Butte. I wanted to kind of see how the resort towns around us are doing. And so Jenna is a realtor at Bluebird Realty in Crested Butte, and she's going to give us a little bit of an update and tell us a little bit about herself. Hi, Jenna. How are you? Thanks so much for joining us.
Hi, Delphine. Hi, everyone. First of all, I want to thank you for having me on your YouTube show today. And I'm excited to tell you a little bit about Crested Butte and our current conditions, real estate, and how we've been affected by the coronavirus. As most people know that have been following the online news and updates released by Gunnison County has been hit relatively hard by the coronavirus outbreak early. But from what I've read this week from Gunnison County, it looks like that we've hit the peak of the outbreaks, and evidently we've only had a few new reported cases this week. So it seems like the numbers are dropping, and those who have tested positive are taking the necessary precautions in terms of self-isolating and quarantining for the 14-day period. So that's great news.
That is great news. And I remember the first week that we got our first case, everyone around here was like, who's been in Crested Butte? And as you know, I was there twice a week. So I was like, I've been there quite a bit. I love Crested Butte personally. It's like my little piece of heaven. I love to escape out there and come to see you all. So I am just really glad to hear this. I'm glad we hit the peak, and hopefully we'll just keep going down and we can get back to business.
Right. Well, everyone is being really responsible and taking the necessary precautions for what we need to do to contain the spread, which is the right thing. And hopefully by doing this, we'll be able to open back up, because we miss everyone and we want everyone to come back and see us.
For sure. And so how has it affected you on a real estate level? So tell me more about the real estate process, and how have you been able to work at all?
Well, fortunately for us, we can be used to being versatile and working from home when we need to. Obviously, Bluebird Real Estate is closed for the time being until the county says that we can reopen and that it's safe, because we would love to be open right now, but we want to do the right thing and make sure that everyone's being safe and healthy. Mm-hmm. So we'll get back to business sooner rather than later. But to answer your question about how it's affecting the way we do business, yes, there are restrictions that we have to check in with on a day-to-day basis to make sure that we're following the new regulations and that we're all being safe and cautious.
Yeah.
So, for example, we were not allowed to meet with clients for any reason in person. The contact face-to-face in person, even in a car, is not permitted. Mm-hmm. This week, they also announced that we are not allowed to give virtual tours on the properties. In the past, since we work with a lot of people that are outside of Gunnison County and furthermore out of the state of Colorado, it's not uncommon to go take a virtual tour via FaceTime on your phone, or even just filming for a client and to send in case they're not able to be present to physically preview a property. However, we're not allowed to do that any longer. So if a video or virtual tour doesn't currently exist, the seller is responsible for providing that.
Yeah, so it has put a ton of changes on us in Montrose, because we fall under the same rules and regulations. And I will say it changes day by day and hour by hour. I've been saying this for a while, but we get the legal bites online. And so my next question was going to be, well, you know, what are our trusted resource? But I think we know that answer.
Well, if there are specific questions, I'm happy to answer those more thoroughly. For example, if a buyer is shopping online and is interested in pursuing a property that they have previously seen or taking the next steps, then there is certain protocols for that. If you're currently under contract on a property and for a variety of reasons there are roadblocks due to the coronavirus and what the professionals through the contractual period are required to do, then there are new drafted addendums that have been approved that we're required to use as well that help us get through a transaction. So there are many different options for people that are still looking to engage in real estate activities, whether it be on the selling side or the buying side. And right now, with all of the time that we have, there are a lot of people that are sitting in front of the computer more than usual, and a lot of people that are browsing properties online.
Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. And just so you know, there are resources out there, and the market is still moving. We have seen this. Once they get under contract and get to see the property, I have seen 3 properties close this week. So there are a lot of things still moving. The market is still active. So feel free to contact Jenna if you need anything in Crested Butte.
There is. You're right. A lot of real estate activity today. 8 new listings hit the market. We're seeing a lot of activity in the higher end market currently. So yes, you're absolutely right. The market is still active.
Yes, absolutely. And so tell me, as a community, how is Crested Butte? I've seen some great posts online. It looks like, I mean, you've always been a tight community, and it looks like now more than ever, everybody is coming together.
Absolutely. If everyone knows Crested Butte, Gunnison County, we really are truly blessed to live in such a loving community that is always there to extend a helping hand. It really is, it should teach all of us to be more grateful for being able to be involved in such a community. There's lots of love and people out there that are just doing what they can to help others. And I think that's what it's all about during these hard times, is to just lend a helping hand sometimes whenever other people need it.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you for giving us a little pulse of the market and also how you all are doing in Crested Butte, because I miss going to Crested Butte, I will tell you. And I am not the only one in Montrose who misses Crested Butte. So I really am happy that I had a chance to do that. One last word for everybody.
Well, we're doing everything we can to contain this so we can open back up for everyone. The community is definitely going to be ready for all of the visitors and people who love Crested Butte to return, and we can't wait. We can't wait for that to happen.
That's awesome. Well, hopefully you and I can touch base in a couple of weeks and see how you're all doing.
Absolutely. And if anyone has any questions, feel free to contact me anytime.
I did put Jenna's website on the side of this video. So if you want to check her out and if you have any questions, feel free to touch base. Thanks so much, everyone.
Thank you, Delphine.
Thank you, Jenna. Have a good one.
You too.